On behalf of my Secretary General, Mr. Dirk Bakken, and the German War Graves Commission, I'd like to welcome you all from the US, from Israel and France and Germany.
Thank you, Arne, very much. Nathan, we're back. A number of us stood here about a year ago. Looked a little different then. There was a mound here with a little wall around it. And we gathered around and we made a promise. And the promise was, Nathan, that we are going to look for you. We are going to connect with you. We are going to try to find you. We're going to try to reunite you with your country and with your faith. Et achai anochi mevakesh. We came to seek our brother. And we're back today in double the number of people who were here when we were here last time about a year ago. And we're here to say that we did whatever we could, and we met with significant success. When we were here last time, there were about 50 people. We're over 100 Jews and non-Jews from America, from Israel, from France, and from Germany. This time, Nathan, we're blessed with the presence of your great niece, Professor Samantha Baskind, internationally renowned as a Jewish scholar, professor of Holocaust and art, known throughout the world for her contributions to her field. You would be very proud. We're here with your nephew, Stuart, the son of your sister, Pearl. You called her Sissy or Sis. Extremely prominent psychotherapist and psychologist. Nathan, you would have been very proud. They represent your family. Your passing left a huge hole in your family. They didn't talk much about you. The wound and the sadness was too great. But your memory stayed on in the family. And we are extremely grateful to Samantha. Where's Samantha? We're extremely grateful to Samantha, to your great niece, and to Stuart for working with us and partnering with us to do whatever it is that we possibly could do. I want to acknowledge the presence of Brigadier General Dirk Bakken, Secretary General of the Volksbund, the German War Graves Commission, and Arne Schrader, who we just heard from a moment ago, who's the director of the Volksbund. Nathan, when you were in this area, they were your enemies. You fought them. You fought Germany. Nathan, I cannot begin to tell you how incredibly kind and gracious and sensitive and thoughtful these two stellar human beings are. The world has changed a lot in these last 8 decades. And we're blessed to have not enemies, but to have friends. We express to you our extraordinary gratitude. for undertaking this project. It was not easy. It was difficult, the beginning in particular, till we were able to get going. What you have done is extraordinary. We are deeply grateful. Nathan, I want to ask Mechila. Mechila means I want to ask for forgiveness. It was very complicated. This entire process was very complicated. And we had a moral dilemma, and we had a religious dilemma. Because we knew when we were going into this project, Nathan, that we could not find all of you and bring all of you to your country and to your faith. We would try to do the best that we could, but most of you would still be here. We had a moral dilemma. We had a religious dilemma. Not sure I understand the words that I'm saying, but somehow we're separating you. And a part of you is here and is still here. And that's why I'm talking to you here. And a part of you will be interred in the American Military Cemetery on Sunday. And because we weren't sure, Shalom Lamb, who's a name that you know very well, he's been at the forefront of this entire effort. Shalom and I went to visit probably the leading rabbinic authority in Jerusalem. And we asked them, are we allowed to do this? And Samantha, I thank you so much because you are with us all the way, and insisting that everything be done in accordance with Jewish law and Jewish tradition. And he said, no, I don't think we could do this. He felt very uncomfortable. There are really no precedents for this. Separate remains, soul. I'm saying words I don't understand. And Shalom and I were crushed because that meant that this was a non-starter. And I said to him, if I find a source, maybe I could bring it to your attention and maybe we can continue the conversation. I went back to my home university, to Yeshiva University, and I met two wonderful rabbinic scholars, Rabbi Baruch Simon, Rabbi Moshe Shapiro, and they found a source. 2 days later, I call and Rabbi says, who is it? I told him, he said, oh my God, that's my great-grandfather. The source came from a book that was written by his great-grandfather. And then one thing led to another and we got permission, and that's what brings us here. And so we did the right thing. We feel very proud of what we did. We feel very touched by what we did, and we feel extremely moved that so many of you have come to be with us today and to be with us on Sunday. Arn mentioned earlier that there were many different times when it may not have been able to be brought to fruition, but Shalom figured it out and powered through and made it possible, and we're here today.